Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If there's one thing we know about the NFL, and especially about the Chicago Bears, it's that change is constant, and sometimes those changes can reshape entire divisions. And right now, we are witnessing a potential game-changing move that could send shockwaves through the NFC North. The word is that the New Orleans Saints, a team that's been struggling to find their footing lately, are making some bold moves, and one of them might involve trading a key player that could dramatically bolster the Bears' defense. Yes, I'm talking about Cam Jordan, a veteran pass rusher and a true leader on the field, possibly heading north to Chicago. Let's back up a little and look at the bigger picture here. The Saints, in recent seasons, have been caught in a bit of a rebuilding phase, especially on the offensive side. The quarterback position, which was once a strength with Drew Brees, has become a bit of a carousel with Tyler Show, Jake Heener, and Spencer Rattler all trying to find their footing. The inconsistency at quarterback has really hampered their ability to compete at the highest level, and it's clear that the Saints are looking to rebuild, retool, and look for ways to recoup draft capital and veteran leadership to set the foundation for a future rebuild. In that context, trading a player like Cam Jordan makes a lot of sense. Jordan, at 36 years old, is still a highly productive player. Just last season, he recorded 28 pressures and 4 sacks. That's impressive for a player entering his mid-30s, and it shows he still has plenty of gas left in the tank. The Saints probably see him as a valuable asset that can fetch a decent return, especially for a team like the Bears, who are on the cusp of making a serious playoff push and need a veteran presence on their defensive line. Now, here's where things get really interesting for Bears fans. The team's new defensive coordinator, Dennis Allen, who was the head coach of the Saints last season, is familiar with Jordan's game. That familiarity is a huge advantage, because Allen knows exactly what Cam can bring to the table. Last season alone, Jordan proved he's still got the juice, and even at 36, he's a player who can help anchor a defensive line that's been looking for more consistency and pressure on opposing quarterbacks. You see, the Bears have some talented pieces on their defense. Montez Sweat has been a bright spot on the line, a player capable of creating pressure on his own, but relying solely on Sweat isn't enough. To truly elevate their defense, they need someone opposite him, someone who can consistently disrupt the backfield, get to the quarterback, and set the tone for the entire unit. That's exactly what Cam Jordan could bring to Chicago. His experience, leadership, and production could be the difference maker in taking the Bears' defense from solid to elite. And let's not forget the broader context of the NFC North. The division has been highly competitive, with teams like the Minnesota Vikings and Detroit Lions making significant moves in recent seasons. The Lions, for example, have built a potent offense led by Jared Goff, and they're looking to take the next step. The Vikings, under new management, are trying to find stability. For the Bears to step up and claim their place at the top, they need all the help they can get, especially on defense. Adding a player like Cam Jordan, who's been a staple of the Saints' defense for years, could give them that extra edge they need to start consistently competing for division titles and playoff runs. Now, let's talk about what this move could mean for the Bears' season. With Caleb Williams at quarterback, the Bears have a generational talent leading their offense. But football is a team game, and defense wins championships. If they can complement their offensive stars with a beefed-up pass rush featuring Jordan, it could make life a lot easier for Williams. It would also put pressure on opposing offenses, knowing that the Bears' front seven is stacked with veteran experience and relentless pursuit of the quarterback. And it's not just about this season. Cam Jordan's leadership and veteran presence could be vital for the younger players on the roster. His professionalism, work ethic, and knowledge of the game could help develop the Bears' defensive prospects and set a culture of relentless effort and accountability. For a team that's still in the process of building a winning culture, That kind of influence from a seasoned veteran can't be overstated. Of course, there are hurdles to this potential trade. The Saints will want a fair return, and figuring out the right draft picks or players involved will be a negotiation. But considering Jordan's value and the fact that the Saints are in a rebuilding phase, it's plausible that they might prioritize acquiring draft capital or young talent in exchange for a player of Jordan's caliber. The Bears, on the other hand, should be willing to give up something meaningful to bring in a player who could be a cornerstone of their defense for years to come. Now, some fans might be wondering about the age factor. Yes, Cam Jordan is 36, and age is always a concern when it comes to NFL players, especially pass rushers. But football is a game of skill, intelligence, and technique just as much as it is about physicality. Jordan's game has aged well, and his ability to produce on the field remains impressive. Plus, having a veteran like him in the locker room can also be invaluable for mentoring the younger defensive linemen and helping to build a resilient, disciplined unit. In terms of the Bears' overall strategy, this move could signal their intent to contend sooner rather than later. They've made significant investments on offense, especially with Caleb Williams, and now, bolstering the defense with a player like Cam Jordan could be the final piece that makes them a real threat in the NFC. It's about balancing youth and experience, and Jordan's presence would provide that perfect blend. Looking ahead, this potential trade could energize the fan base, energize the locker room, and send a message to the rest of the league that the Bears are serious about competing. The NFC North is already shaping up to be one of the most exciting divisions in football, and adding a veteran like Jordan could be the move that pushes Chicago into the upper echelon of the NFC. So, fans, keep your eyes peeled and stay tuned, because if this trade goes through, it could be one of the most exciting developments of the offseason. The Chicago Bears are always looking to improve, and bringing in Cam Jordan would be a bold statement about their ambitions for the upcoming season. We'll be watching closely to see how this unfolds, but one thing is for sure, the NFC North is about to get a lot more interesting, and Chicago might just be at the center of it all. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think bringing Cam Jordan to Chicago would make a real difference? Are you excited about the idea of adding that veteran leadership and pass-rushing prowess? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Bears organization. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates. So stay tuned, stay engaged, and keep supporting your team. The future is bright, and with moves like this, the Bears could be on the verge of something special. Thanks for watching, everyone, and as always, bear down.